I'm rich, diamonds on my body rich, smelling like Versace rich, Dizzy and Beyonce rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, diamonds on my body rich, smelling like Versace rich, Dizzy.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing Rachel's makeup. This is probably one of my favourite videos and favourite looks that I've done on her so far. So I'm starting off with eyebrows and I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in the shade Medium Brown and I'm just filling in her eyebrows. I like to kind of keep them sort of soft and fluffy, not anything too defined. Then I'm taking the P. Louise eye base. This one's in the shade 02. Number 2, yes. And I'm just popping this, obviously using this to carve out underneath the eyebrows and also putting this all over her lid as well. I've also got a few more videos of Rachel that I'm going to be posting whilst I'm away in England, and yes, I'm going to be vlogging whilst I'm in England as well. I just got a new camera in the mail today, so that's exciting. Yeah, so then I'm starting off with the James Charles palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Mary. This is like a deep sort of pink shade, and it just looks, yeah, it just looks really pretty with the other, oh my god, with the other colours that I'm going to be using as well. So I'm going to be taking from the P. Louise Secret Sinner palette, S&M and Amour, and I'm just going to be blending this shade towards like her eyebrow and then buffing it out with a fluffy brush. As you could see, I didn't take the Mary shade from the James Charles palette towards the inner corner of her eye, as I wanted it to be super soft and really light towards the inner corner. So I just applied that to the outer corner and then applied the rest of it towards the inner corner from the Secret Sinner palette, if that makes sense. Then I'm applying some of the shade from the Stacey Marie palette, which is Saint, and then I'm going to be taking the NYX Australia Shimmer Down pigment in 05, which is like this really pretty pink pigment. So then I'm just going back in with the same shades that I used before from the James Charles palette and also the Secret Sinner palette, and I'm just going to be blending that all out. Then just applying some Inglot 77 gel liner and then a little bit of black eyeshadow just to blend out that outer corner, but I don't want to make it too dark because I want it to be super soft and like sort of blend it out but kind of light at the same time. Then just applying some lashes. These are from AliExpress. These ones are in the style D124. Then applying the P. Louise eye base again under the eyes because I'm going to be doing black in the waterline, and I've kind of wanted the bottom to be a little bit more smoked out. I obviously didn't want there to be any fallout onto the foundation, so doing the eyes first. Just, oh my god, basically taking the same shades that I use on top on the bottom, so just taking that Mary shade to start off with and then gradually blending that out with the S&M and Amour from the P. Louise palette, and then just taking a fluffy brush just to make sure that everything's blended out. Then just applying a little bit of the 77 Inglot gel liner in her waterline, and then I'm just going to be taking a little bit of black eyeshadow on like an angled brush and just really smudging that right into the lashes, because otherwise you can kind of see where like there's like gaps and stuff in between the lashes and the gel liner that we've just applied. So just really making sure that that's yeah, nicely blended out and there's no gaps. Then taking some mascara. Any mascara will do as long as it's black, just to her top and bottom lashes. She does have super long lashes anyway, so let's be real, we don't really need much. Then for the base, so I wanted it to be super glowy, so just taking the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer and just applying this all over her face. I just, yeah, really liked how this looked. That bloody hair clip kept sliding out of her hair because it was so soft. Then taking the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Light Beige. Now, usually I don't like doing too much coverage on Rachel's face, but as she had a few little spots, I decided that I was going to apply a little bit more coverage and then kind of go in with a little bit of faux freckles, just to kind of make sure that we've got everything covered and there's no redness showing through. But her skin has cleared up so much in the past few days. She said she's been using a new skincare product, so that's amazing. It's not much, it's just a little bit of redness on her chin, that's all. Then applying that with a sponge, as I always do. Then for concealer, I'm going to be taking the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This one's in the shade Custard, which is what I always use. It's just such a nice colour for when like you kind of got a tan going on. Then I'm going to be taking that the smaller Dirty 30 sponge, which I'm obsessed with for blending out the concealer. It just helps because a lot of people get a really jolty around their eyes and stuff, and if you're coming towards them with this massive beauty blender or Dirty 30 sponge, they're going to be obviously even more wary of that. So I like to use a small one just so people aren't as like scared and flinchy around the eyes. Then just applying some Laura Mercier translucent powder under the eyes. I did apply a little bit over the pimples as well, just to make sure that they're not going to show through, and then in the laugh lines too. Then I'm applying the Bobbi Brown foundation stick. This one's in the shade Cool Almond, as I always do, just with a stippling brush around her forehead and to contour a little bit as well. And on the other side, I do the same, just around the forehead and in like her little, what do you even call that? Like on the cheekbones. But I don't even know. Is that what? I don't know. I've gone blank. My mind has literally gone completely blank. I have no idea what that's called. Oh well. Then I just take the beauty blender again and just kind of make sure that that's all really blended in nicely, because we don't want, sometimes a stippling brush can pick up a little bit of the foundation, but if you kind of just go over with the beauty blender, again, it makes it all look flawless. Then applying the Australis Fresh and Flawless powder in the shade Darkest Brown, as I always do, to her face, just to make sure that everything's set down. I do like a really glowy dewy look, but we also want the foundation and everything to last really nicely too. Then applying the Hoola bronzer, as I always do, because I'm obsessed with it, and then I'm going to go in with some MAC Give Me Sun to bronze up this look, as I really wanted it to be like a super glowy bronzy look. Then applying, wiping off the under eye bake, and then applying some MAC Warm Soul blush. As you all know, I love this, and as we're kind of doing like a pink sort of blushy look, I decided that I was going to apply a little bit more blush than I normally would, just because obviously it kind of ties in with the eyes a little bit more. Then just applying some of the Hot Mama by the Balm. Then I'm going to be taking the Oh Darling highlighter by MAC, as I always. Then just applying a little bit of the Inglot Sparkle Dust in the shade 01. And I also did go back in with the Moonlight palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I took the pink heart shade just to kind of give like a really pink glow to her skin. And I also put that on like her, what's it called, décolletage as well. For the lips, I used the NYX Retractable Lip Pencil in the shade Natural. And then I used the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy, just on her lips, as I thought that it was like a really nice sort of pink shade, and it kind of, I don't know, made everything tie in together nicely. But unfortunately my camera ran out of battery, so I didn't actually, or I don't know if it ran out of battery or storage, so I didn't actually film that, so I apologize. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Smell it like Versace rich. Jay-Z and Beyonce rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. Diamonds on my body rich. Smelling like Versace rich. Jay-Z and Beyonce rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Say rich, I'm rich, I'm